Okay, I want to say hello again and welcome to another video with me, Wheelchair Richard. In this video I really want to just say to everybody thank you very much for the support. It really means a lot that you always support and watch my videos. In this video we're going to have a little topic, okay, and the topic for today is basically something, or tonight I should say, because it's a nighttime video here, but I want to just say basically in this video the real topic is about acting in your daily life, and I believe it's a very wise path to take if you choose to really improve your acting skills. I mean in your daily life, I'm saying, being an actor. I'm not trying to tell you to be fake. I'm not advising people to just be a fake ass, you know, as such. I'm not trying to advise you to like go around lying either, lying to everybody, lying to yourself, you know, and just being ultimately so fake. But what I'm saying, okay, is I have learned a lot in my life. Just being the victim of abuse of all kinds, as in, you know, just from the world around us, and I'm sure that, you know, you may feel it too. Most people feel that, you know, they are victimised or discriminated against in some way or another, or you just can't avoid negativity out there in the world, right? And a lot of the time it can be like either too much to deal with or too much to cope with, and all that pressure it's just unnecessary, you know. You don't want to get into every little battle or argument, and some of the stuff is just like you just can't seem to run away from it, and you try to avoid confrontations with people, arguments with people, and all of that. But you know, there's always going to be people out there in the world that just don't understand you, won't try to, and there's no reasoning with them. And you may be humble with the fact, you may be honest with yourself with the fact, and so am I, that, you know, and humble, that you accept that people have different ways of thinking and they're not always going to agree with you, and you may be able to even, like, you know, accept it to some degree and just, you know, get on with your life. It doesn't really affect you after all, not always, right? Especially small petty things. But there are people out there in the world who still want to shove it down your throat, you know, in your face. There's people who just always want to just push you around. They always want to try and embarrass you or try and make a fool of you. And it can be very rather annoying when you're like, if it's your job, let's say, or if it's something that's really, you know, something that you can't escape from. It could be someone in the family, it could be friends, it could be someone who is friends of your friends, but they're just always there, or it could be a work colleague, someone that you can't really escape from and you can't really avoid that way, because then if you don't show up or to some kind of like other events, but you feel like it's something that you can't like not show up to, you know, because, you know, your friends are there maybe, or it could be your job, as I say, you're working there, or some kind of thing, or a club or a school or something you go to, and you know, you don't want to just run away, you know, hide in a corner. But so what can you do? Well, I'm not going to basically give you that either. I'm not even going to give you the basic answer, what I feel like, as in about should you run away or should you keep going there to face them, because that's a whole nother topic as well. But what I'm going to say, okay, in this video is about acting. I've learned in my life, right, through acting, through a certain way or through certain ways that may be totally different to how I really feel, and that may literally play into, I wouldn't say play into the enemy's hands, but it's like play into what they believe, just give them what they believe as such, you know. I've found that from acting, and I really mean this, through most of my life. This is one of the talents, I should say, one of my skills, in my honest self, that I've actually used, and I do this often, to my to my well-being. It's to my what should I say? It's worked for me and helped me in the long run. When avoiding idiots and nasty people does fail, and all else fails, like, you know, you just can't do it, you know, I found rather than getting into arguments or rather than trying to stand up and get into an argument or this or that, with people that just won't take no for an answer, I've learned sometimes just acting can work for you. Now, I was going to say, before making this video, I was going to say like, you know, there's a difference between, I was going to say like, you know, some people might, there's a difference between acting clever and really being clever. Acting smart and being smart, right? You can pretend to be smart, but you might not be smart on the outside. But there's also a difference between acting stupid and being stupid, or acting foolish, dumb, you know, and being that on the inside, foolish and dumb. So you've got to be wise on the inside, but you don't have to show your true self. You don't have to give the enemy anything. You don't have to give them anything to work with. If someone wants to look at you like you're weak, if someone wants to look at you like you're a fool, if someone wants to look at you like you're stupid, you're worthless, you've got no idea, you know, you're no competition against them, whatever, you know, you have to come to the terms in your, I feel, to my opinion, you have to come with a conclusion in your mind and say, well, does that matter? Is this petty stuff really? It's petty, right? This guy is petty for being so negative, or this guy or girl, whoever it is, right? So, the way I look at it is like, excuse me, my neck, oh, it's better. the way I see it, the way I feel about it is like, because these negative people are such cheap asses, and they'd rather sell their fucking, excuse my language, sell themselves off and rather, it's like gravitate to you as though you are worth something. That's all they can get, you know. All their meaning, all their worth on this world is just to waste their time with someone who they see as nothing, as you. Then just give them nothing. If I was you, give them what they want. You have to give them what they want. It doesn't mean give them what you got. It doesn't mean that, well, it's okay then if they want to believe you're stupid, if they want to believe this or that. Okay, just make it so, because you're not. What I'm saying is, you got to remember, you know, you might care about your pride, you might care about your ego, you may care about friends around you or other people, you know, looking at you a certain way and looking down upon you just because this person is trying to make a fool out of you. And then, so if someone's like, let's give you another example. if someone's like trying to make it or make you out to be as though you are really stupid or really dumb or really this or that, or they're trying to belittle you, and then you just keep quiet and you don't get into an argument and you just play into it, and it makes you look like, yeah, he's right, you know. You are quiet, you're not the kind of person, you don't have confidence in yourself, you're not confident, you're quiet, you're timid, or you're stupid. You don't argue with him back, right? For whatever reasons. You've got to look at what could you get from that or this or that. But it's like, if you were to, or the good or bad, but what I'm trying to say is like, you know, the other, does it matter what those people think? It doesn't matter really, to me it doesn't really matter because I'm used to this. I had this for so many years, I had this crap wherever I've gone. So you get nasty people wherever you go. If these people gravitate to such negativity, if other people judge you by how heroic you be by standing up against this bully, yeah, then to me that's really wrong. And you must say, well, it might be wrong, Richard, but that's the reality. Yeah, in reality, what the reality is in yourself and your survival and how you work, take pride in yourself, how you value yourself. Because I believe, and I know this, that while there is good in the world, there's also evil. And while there's evil in the world, there's also good, so I wanted to say. While there's people that don't accept others, and while there's so many people in the world who will judge you based on, you know, these petty things, there are other people in the world who are more honest, who are just like you too, and who will treat others fairly, and they will accept other people, and they will be downtrodden by other people too. But there's other people who, you've got to remember something else, right? You've got to remember this, and this is a real truth here I'm going to say to you now. Remember this, right? Regardless of the percentage, regardless of what even it seems to be, as in there's so much negative, crappy people in this society, in societies in general and cultures all over the world. Regardless of that, this is the truth, right? It's not the percentage, it's about the one, because every one person is what makes up this world. And you know, it is good and bad, it's what it is. You don't judge people by how many poor people there are, how many rich people there are, because they're all people at the end of the day, right? And it's what you are. And I think positivity is better than negativity, end of. Positivity and creation is better than negativity and destruction, laziness, wastefulness. You know what I mean? You got to make, you got to do, you got to connect, you got to learn from each other. That's all good stuff, but you would admit that, right? So, okay, open-mindedness, communication, patience with people, you know, having some trust in people. So what I'm going to say to you, right, is you've got to admit this, you've got to understand this, right, truthfully. Really, get this, right. There are some people who are negative in the world, who have done really well in the world, right? They've gotten to high positions. They're managers, they're high up, they're rich people, they're bully people, but they've done well in their life, right? It's what's got them so far. But there's also people who are, you know, there's those mean people who have not done good for themselves. They've brought themselves nothing but shit or a totally different life. You know what I mean? They've brought themselves down. They've taken different paths in life. It's the path you take, the people you meet, and it's all about communication, really. Understanding and communication between you and those individuals, and in different situations. You can always change the path in life. You can always change what you're doing. You can always stop going to that club or hanging out with them people. You can always choose to do different things, right? And I believe this. So the mind is where it all starts, but the same where problems start too, and in your actions. We can all learn from the positivity, you know, with other people too, I believe, right? So it's the same with positivity too. Excuse me, my neck. That's a bit better. Flexibility exercise whenever you can, yo. Oh yeah. But oh yeah. But what I'm trying to say with the positivity, oh yeah, it's the same thing. Excuse me about that. I'm just exercising my neck there on a nighttime video. Do you mind? Oh yeah. And flip off negativity. But really, right, it's true. With positivity, right, with positivity, it's the exact same thing, right? It's like, you know, there's people, right, who are positive in themselves. They try to communicate with others. They try to treat people fairly. They're nice and all that. And what happens? They don't get anywhere. They don't get anywhere in life. They just get brought down, downtrodden. They're bullied, looked down upon by people, and the people that hang around with those people, and the people that you want to associate with, and the people that you want to accept you, and you try to be more like them, or it's just still not working for you. Oh damn! And you know, you try to be a nice person, but you still get crapped on, and you're not successful, even though you're positive, and you start weird. You don't understand it, but maybe you start to believe what they start forcing down your throat, and this is the way to go, and be a nasty son of a bitch, and learn to be a horrible person. But there's also people in the world, and you have to admit this is what I'm trying to say to you. See, you've got successful and unsuccessful people who are negative, and then you've got successful and unsuccessful people who are positive. You also get successful people who are positive people, and they're successful. Don't let that word success blind you. What's success and all that? I mean, it depends on what you feel, and I think it's happiness and health ultimately. But I'm just saying, you know, some people are they're positive people, but they are more successful. They make communication with people, the right people. You don't have to hang around with those negative people. If the people around you, that's how I feel, and it might be hard to live in a world like this, and it might be hard to find those right people, but it's like, I feel that, I really do, if the people around you are just robots of society, and if the people around you, you know, are just people that you need to prove you are something too, then those people are not worth caring about. If you need to earn respect from them, especially if you don't know these people, and if like you've never done anything wrong, and it's like you're trying to earn their forgiveness and trust once again because you've done bad things in the past. That's different. But I'm saying if you're from, you know, they say what do you say, first impressions. Your first impressions are the most important thing. I don't care who it's, people on the street, people in a new job, but as I say, you can't judge a book by its cover. You don't know anything by the first impression. So if people get a good first impression of you, you've got to remember two things. Whether it's a good or a bad impression that they've got from you. One, it's not the impression that you've given, really, and it's not half and half, 50-50, because it shouldn't be. They've given themselves that impression. They decide about what they see or what they think they know from what they've been programmed and brainwashed from the world around them. They choose to treat you with respect or not, or to just be kind to you or unkind based on how they feel, what is right or wrong. They don't have any fairness and understanding that people are different. They just treat you a certain way. Oh, you are a quiet person. You're a shy person, you're a negative person. You are a quiet person, you're a timid person, you're a bit slow, whatever it might be, you're too nice, you're too this, you're too something or other for me, or something about you just doesn't fit for me to be a friend of mine. Those people are dumb as shit to be doing that. And then you've got to ask yourself, do you do that to anyone? How do you judge people what kind of person would turn you away? I bet you can think of some. What kind of person would you look at and you would think, no, I'm not going to hang out, you wouldn't want to make friends with. I'd make friends with anyone. I'm not saying I'll follow some drunken, druggy, homeless guy on the street, some crazy guy, or just trust anyone. I'm not saying that. But everyone I meet, anyone I come to face with, even the people that are nasty, I would give forgiveness and understanding if they wanted to. Try and make communication. But I said, people I don't know, people in the street, I've got no reason to hate anyone. I understand that people are different, so I would totally, honestly, try to make communication. I would try totally to accept communication made with me. You can't just trust anyone, that's right, you've got to be wary, you've got to be smart, and you can't always be so honest and tell everybody information. That's different. It takes a while, it takes time to get to know someone. So judging a book by its cover is the wrong way to go, right? So there's people out there in the world, you don't have to owe yourself to people. So I'm trying to say, or train yourself to be more of the kind of a person that's accepted. You might think I'm just making this up now and it's all a load of bullshit because it's a sob story because I've been through crap and all this. But that doesn't work in the real world, being Mr. Nice Guy. I've seen videos online with people trying to turn people the other way. There's people on videos talking about, you know what, you don't always win in life if you're being nice and that you should try to be more confident and stand up to people. It might work for you if you're this big tough looking guy, or if you've got a lot of money. There's always a reason people will listen to you, be it because they're stupid, because they're lacking confidence in themselves anyway, be it because you're big and intimidating looking, be it because you want to believe that it's because the way you carry yourself and the way you talk and it's a proven thing, you speak loud and look into their eyes and that shows, or the way you dress. There's certain things that do fool certain people, and I'm sure it would work for some people, but it might not work for other people. And it might work for you, it might not work for other people. Isn't that? So, but I'm just saying, they might look at you for your money, your education background, or a lot of times, and let's face it, a lot of times, be it on the first time they see you, before they even meet you even, or it could be even the way friends change from being okay to not okay later on, or whatever it might be. There's also this fact that some people will also turn people against you. There may not even be any reason, they might not even have a personal hate towards you, but for their position at work or their position or something within the group, they want people to gravitate to them. They want them to see that they are clever, they are better than anyone. They will use whatever they see, and the bullies try to use people as weakness. They try to find weakness in them. They try to pick everybody off one by one until in the end, everybody will bow to their feet. And the useless people, they will try to just kill off one by one, like pieces on a chessboard, or the cards on the deck which have no use, and then the people that have use, they'll try and hang on and bring them to their power. See, this is to follow them. This is how people do it, you see. So this is like a boss in a job, the same thing, right? Or a president or anyone. Let's say a boss in a job will try to get rid of the useless workers as such, right, and try to keep on the other people that can do work for him. So that's what people are treating you like, that's the way they're treating each other, this is the way they are. So it doesn't matter who this guy is or who they are, it's all one crowd. You don't need to prove yourself to them kind of people. It doesn't fit for you, right? It doesn't fit for your life. And you wouldn't be happy to be around such people, would you, anyway, knowing that you've had to train and mould yourself. And now they're accepting you. that now they're liking you because you are being that way. And this is also being fake and acting a certain fake way, you see, but it's not good for you. I'm saying, don't be fake to yourself and negative. I'm saying, learn to be a bit of an actor to try and cut it down, rather than going against it or fighting. I think that's the best thing, rather than just, if it's bothering you, and if you can't avoid it as such. If someone's in your face and they think you're stupid or this or that, or they want to look down, you can just play them off like that and just do it. If so, rather than getting into a fight and that, act like, you can act like you're afraid, or you can act like you've got nothing more to say, or act like you don't know, or pretend you're stupid. You don't always have to feel that you're belittling yourself. Just act like, okay, just let it be. Let them speak. Let them waste all their energy until it's sick. Because sometimes it's like some people who don't know when to stop talking. I know, like me in this video, right? I'm saying, some people are talking to you, they never stop talking at you. But if you're like, okay, yeah, sure, is that what you feel? Okay. And you can say certain things to divert their attention, but sometimes when you start to say things, no matter what it be, they don't want to take your word as the final word. Be it for the audience around them listening, you tell this guy, you are great. And they say, no, and this, blah, blah, blah. I've even got it on video, massive audiences of me and a person, and the guy was just trying to make an argument make a fool of me in front of other people. It's just unbelievable. So, if I find that clip again, I may show it online to people. I don't want to embarrass people or be nasty, but I've had people be so rude and so mean to me, and it's hard, like being a teacher too. As I say, I teach lots of students, as I say, in colleges and universities, as I say, and you get people who just want to people just want to show that they're big in front of everybody else, be it whoever. For me, it's like the students, the teachers, but it could be anywhere you are in the world, right? Offices, wherever you work, whoever you are. You could be in a prison, you get people fighting for who's the top dog, right? Same thing. I believe you get in the army, I believe you get it among doctors and nurses. It's just this kind of competition and bullshit. So what I'm trying to say is, rather than be real with these fake asses who are really being what they truly are, fake and negative, rather than playing that game, you don't need to play any game, You don't need to fall into their court. Just be give them the fake shit, give them the fake shit. What they want to believe in, You don't need to prove to them anything, that you are something else, you know what I mean? Unless it's not like you're going to knock somebody out, is it? You know what I mean? Or get into an argument and then win something at the end of the day. What about it? Sometimes you win an argument, or you get into a fight, or you shout someone down, and in the end, you get so surprised because your dreams are shattered in front of you. All those people that were supporting that guy now support the guy even further, and they look more down on you because you stood up to the guy, because they believed in what you were saying. You're not always certain, and you say, well, in life you have to try certain things, otherwise you will never know, and you can't be afraid of this or that. So that's right, you don't be afraid of this or that later on, so you don't be afraid of that now even, you don't even need to be. So you really have no need to even bother, because you see what it is. Negativity is negativity. Forgiveness is what we might have in our heart, that's always right. The same as it is to be humble. Later on, understanding that people won't make mistakes. If they come back and they want to make friends again, even one of those nasty friends of his even, then you've always got a chance to make communication again, if they want to do it. Be wary and don't just go following, trusting anyone. Be careful, don't go following anyone. But you know what I mean though? I'm just saying, well, these people, if they're negative though in the beginning, if they're negative, that's what it is, and negativity is wrong, and that's totally what it is. So it's okay, in my opinion, to just, the same way as it is to just avoid that crap anyway. It's not like you're a coward, by not getting into a fight or an argument. You can avoid that, go somewhere else. Especially if the whole crowd, like you go to some club or something. I'm not saying a music, a club, like dancing, I don't do that. I'm saying like anything, like any kind of, when there's a group of people, it could be a kind of class or something you go to. And if you find that all these people are around, if you find that you could not go there, you could choose to not go there with these people, you know what I mean? Whether it's a regular thing, whatever it is, or then choose that if I was you. I wouldn't go there just because you feel you have to. You don't have to. You've got one life. You're not really chained down. You can go and live in another country if you want, like I am doing, like I'm doing. You know what I mean? You could do something else. You don't have to feel your whole life. You don't be a slave, tortured, for the rest of your life. That's how I feel. So if you're with these people, don't be that slave. There's no way to avoid it at that moment. To say, just let them say what they want, let them think what they want, and just play it down, play it cool, okay, or whatever, Because the more you say, they're always going to find something else to say. They take joy in it. They enjoy that. They revel in it. When you are giving them something to work with, it shows that you care about it. You say yes, they say you say isn't, they say it is. You say is, they say it is. Or whatever. Just even if you're trying to make reasonable communication with them, whatever, they still want to turn into an argument. They just want to hurt you. They don't really want to have a real communication with you. Just might pretend they're giving you advice. But at the end of the day, you can see people when they're full of ego. Just let it be. That's what I've learned. I've learned to just act a certain way. Act kind of foolish sometimes, then show a bit of my true side when I feel it's going to fit in, But when something's going one way, don't try and push it the other way. You've got to flow. If they're falling down a hole, it's their problem. In their language, or in their way they're carrying themselves, or something. You know what I mean, yeah? You can't change people's mind and force them, it's as easy as that. So, if I was you, you know yourself on the inside. Just try and avoid crap and just try and make friends with people that do think more like you do. You don't need to prove yourself to them and go against them. Just let it be. Okay, fine, fair enough. They're a bunch of cowards anyway. Don't worry. So learn to be an actor. Learning to be an actor, I think, is also a very, very good skill. I've learned it and it's helped me a lot in my life. It's helped me, even when I've not really cared at all. I've not been nervous or this or that. Or I've had much better ideas than the other person's saying, But I've not played into it. I've not told them everything I'm thinking and just argued. I'm just pretending that I don't know. Okay, I'm a bit unsure. Well, maybe you're right. Okay. And you've got to be humble. You've got to eat it. You've got to hold on and say, don't lose your patience and just I feel like you have to fucking argue with that or fight with that. No, you don't. Let it be. At the end of the day, they're going to go home a dickhead, excuse my language, with less intelligence and less learning. And you could learn more just by listening. They said that the person in Chinese, they say, what's it in Chinese? 会说的不如会听的. It means in Mandarin Chinese. It means the people who speak, the people who keep talking, they're not as good, as. That's not as good as being a good listener. It's better to be a good listener than someone who can talk a bloody lot. You know what I mean? Someone who can hear and learn from the situation around you. There's another sentence in Chinese, Mandarin Chinese. It's 旁观者清. Okay, it means the person, like you've got three people. Let's say let's say you're watching a basketball game. I'm not into basketball, let's say for example, or football. If you're watching two people arguing, or you're watching two teams playing, you can see all the openings, you can see the right and wrong more clearly than those people, you know what I'm saying? So you can hear a lot if you're listening to what's going on. If you're joining in and arguing, if you're on the basketball field, you can't always see you can't always see the way. It's like Bruce Lee was saying, when Bruce Lee said, when he's in a fight, he doesn't see his opponent in front of him there. He sees the opponent from up there. He sees it like he's up there and he's looking down and he sees himself fighting the opponent. He's trying to put a philosophy in, I think, like Chinese philosophy, that's saying that you can see more that way. You've got to try and see more openings from other angles. But the best thing is, don't just study all that crap. And negativity is negativity. And why are you as I've said before, you don't need to put yourself in a negative situation. You don't need to put yourself in a place where there's loads of people who are just negative, and it's a whole negative situation, the whole thing of it, the place and the thing. So just get out of that, start doing something different, find a better way, find better people who you can communicate more with, and don't judge people when you first see them. Those people that judge you when they first see you, they don't know anything about you anyway. And if they feel that they know more about you because they've known you for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and they've been treating you like this, never letting you speak, never wanting to know, and you might say, well, that's because you've never actually because the person may never actually show them their true ability. You must show them their true ability and change the way they think. I agree with that, but you've got to see if it's worth it, and you've got to see when it's relevant as well. If it's not relevant and if it's not worth it, you don't really fucking need to. You don't need to go to an audience on a stage and do something. I've been on a stage before and done things, but I don't need to always, do what I'm trying to say. So it's like, even to one-on-one, talking to someone, you don't always need to. You don't need to prove always. But sometimes it can. You show and you surprise people, or in a different way. Like I play like a fool in front of people. Sometimes I'll pretend I'm like timid or stupid. I've got no idea, or I'm Mr. Weak, And then on videos like this, I'll talk my mind. All my intelligence, I write my own scripts. I'm not saying I'm the most intelligent, knowledgeable person, but I type my own scripts. I write my own stories. I do my own comics, animation, 2D and 3D. It's basic stuff, but I'm doing so much stuff here. Martial arts training, plus teaching people in my free time, just my bit, making videos, make my own music on there as well. I read, I watch loads of documentaries online, I study life, I can speak some Chinese too, right? I surprise my students when I speak Chinese, I'm saying, but you know what I mean? It's like, and they see my video, people see it, and they're like, oh my god, is that really you? And it's like, yeah, I'm not that great, but I've got a lot of passion and a lot of things I do and I care about, and you see, so you never know really what someone could really do. You never know someone's real ability. So what I'm trying to say is it's not about showing off, and you don't even need to. I don't even go around showing everybody in my videos and my and all this stuff I do, or I don't boast about it or ramble about it, I talk about it all the time. But what I'm saying is basically is like it's like, if you think it's worth it or you want it, or this and that, you can do it as a surprise for a bit of fun. You can surprise people, but it's like they'll be surprised and they might change straight away. But it's still the fact that you've had to prove to people, I don't like this, you know what I mean? So that they've changed a certain way. And the fact that you felt the need to do it, it still seems wrong. Why can't someone understand you for the way and respect you for who you are? Just anyone. Be fair to me, that's just the thing, You say, well, that's not the way the world works, or you might say, I don't know, and then you might say, well, it's a good thing because you can kind of help people and they might change their outlook on life a bit different later on. But sometimes you just get some people who just never change, and they always will be nasty, or they're always this or that, or they'll envy you, or they'll still try and put you down. I've seen some people, I've seen some people who are really unhelpable, unfixable as such. But it seems the same way they might see you or put you down or say whatever they want about people, but it's like they seem unfixable. There's some people who just don't see any good in people. They don't have any open mind at all. So they want to just put you down no matter what. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you just got to play along with it and just like, as long as it's not harming you in the long run. If they think you're stupid, if they think you're foolish, if they think you're not confident, if they think you've got no ideas or whatever it is, or no ability or whatever, or you're just Mr. Quiet in the shadows, nothing important, fine, let them get on with it, you know what I mean? So what? You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt you. So just play along with that, okay, that's what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah? And then next time you might, it's like, you know what I mean though? That's basically it. You just play along with it. That's what and this is safer for you that way. A lot that way. It's safe. Don't make it more complicated. Don't play into their web of entanglement and stuff, because it gets deeper and deeper, and you start getting into the more of a connection you have with this azimuth, this negative person. It's just going to be an ongoing battle. You're not trying to become his psychiatrist, are you? Anyway. And it's even going to be that it's not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to be like a couple of words or this or that's going to change it. I've seen some people that I felt were kind of okay but simple kind of thing, and they're not being funny, but there's some people where I've given more of my time to and I've started to be more communicative with, and I feel that they haven't changed at all. They haven't started to realise that it's better to communicate. But what they've done is they've become more of a rambling son of a bitch, someone who rambles more, and they've been trying to tell me what it is and this and that, and it's like every time you try to share positive, not advice, but positive, but your ideas or sharing your thoughts on life, they live in this negative world. That's all they've believed, that's all they've been brainwashed in the world anyway to know about. so they will still tell you you're wrong, and they just feel that you are asking them for help. You're trying to help them and they feel you're asking for help or something. When you're trying, it's like you can't help some people. And not only that, you shouldn't be trying to become everybody's doctor. And also you shouldn't be trying to become trying to save yourself from this dangerous thing, this problem. It's not a problem, it's nothing. There's people out there, there's much better things you can do with your life. You can learn much more different abilities and skills and knowledge and all kinds of stuff. Make friends with people, and you might end up with a really good job working for some company or doing something, publishing your own books or comics or something like that, working for a games company or become a next director or something. You could do amazing things in this life. Be a musician, you might be someone who designs clothes, or you might have your own sports team, or whatever you like to do, you know what I mean, yeah? A chef or a cook of some kind, You could do that, an inventor, you could, this is better. So be real with yourself. Avoid negativity and don't get into those fights. This is martial arts philosophy again, right? So avoid danger and confrontations, you see, and the best way to not get into, when you get into a fight, is to not be there. So every time someone's going to throw a punch at you, you want to avoid getting hit, right? Slip the jab, or block it, right? Or strike it before. You're trying to not get hit, so run away even, run first. So that's what the whole thing's for. You're not trying to do it because you want to do it. You're not getting into fights because you want to beat everybody down, be it weak people or strong people, whoever they are, or negative, positive or negative. You're not trying to do that, beating them down, little or big, no matter what the problem, because you don't need it with your words and your mind, I'm saying. You don't need to do that, it's just irrelevant. Things are the way they are. The best experience and we learn is from practice, So they learn and develop themselves through how they have become from their lives. The more they push people away, the more lonely they will become, the more unhappy they feel, the more they treat people a certain way they will. So if they don't learn to start accepting, if they don't learn to start, then it's their own problem. What can you do? Because there's people that come back and they try and make communication with them, but they still be nasty again. It's their own, they never learn. Some people might learn slowly in their own time, and you can't tell them it when they're in this form, when they're in that moment, But people who are psychiatrists, or there's good people who try truly to help, and you've got the patience for that, and you really want to help. I really do admire you, and you're a good person. And I've been trying to make communication with people for years, and it's always a good thing to be patient, or infinitely patient, and forgiving and understanding and trying to make communication with people and do the right thing. But sadly these people are so weak in the mind, they put it on like they're so strong, but underneath it all they're just shallow and weak, and when push comes to shove they're weaker than you. And when there's nobody around who cares, that they'll feel more bad. And when some people go crazy, they take the wrong path, they start taking drugs, alcohol, they go to crime, or they self-harm, commit suicide. There's crazy people in this world, or they believe that their life's so shallow, or they've done the wrong thing, they start thinking, but their mind hasn't developed enough in a positive way, so they've just only got dark thoughts in their mind. And then they'll remember someone maybe in their life who mattered, or they thought mattered, and then they'll start taking their hatred out on people that they were close with some way in their life, with their family or friends or whoever. So they're really pitiful, very sorrow, very in Chinese again, trying to say Kelian, this word. I'm not trying to boast and show you my Chinese here. I can say this in Chinese, not my Mandarin Chinese. I can hear some people screaming now. What relevance has that got to us? But I've been living here in China for 10 years, so I speak Chinese most of the time. But if I'm here, it's just crazy. But English is my first language, so I'm just saying, right? It's but they're very pitiful, very sad. We can't help these people, but and it's the real sad thing is they're also vulnerable. A lot of people like this, they put on the big tough show when the crowd's there, kissing their ass. Or there's people there, when someone's, or when they can put somebody else down to make them feel like they're big. But when there's a bigger power, like a big space in their life, no one around. There's no audience, there's no one there to bully, there's no one there to support them, and then suddenly a bigger bully comes or some nasty person. They're easily pushed around by that, and they become the victim. And that person might even be someone who pretends to be their friend or tries to. And they say, "Oh, come with me," and then they'll start taking them to do terrible things. And they will join a gang or start doing drugs or following the wrong people. Because a lot of people are like that when they're in despair and when there's nobody around, so they will start following anyone. If someone comes, "Oh, we need someone to stand by us." So if someone comes, "I'll be your friend, I'll listen to you, I'll support you, come with me, I'll give you money, I'll give you whatever it might be, It could even be someone like some beautiful girl or someone who comes up to a guy. So people can trick people. So you need to be careful who you trust and follow. So I say, but whoever you are, and we've all got a bit of this, we've all got a bit of he, she or whoever in us. As in, we're all similar in some way, even though we're all different. We've got to realise that. Even though we may think we're humble, even though we may think we're good, kind or useful, whatever you might think it may be, but the truth is we're all just individuals. You can't govern anybody, you don't need to compare with anybody, judge anybody, value someone else's life different to someone else's or your own. The truth of the matter is, you might see you base people judged on how much money they've got or how much their qualifications and education they've got. Well, of course it does, because it's a tried, proven system, and they've put in years of study, and that shows that this person's more wise and smart and diligent and hard-working. No, but you might be getting the wrong facts there. Different cultures too, different upbringing, and poor or rich, and different things. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, we're all human beings, we're all people, but what I'm saying is, avoid negative people is my idea, my way. I don't say advice, but I'm just saying how I feel, that what I've learned in my life, a real good way is to avoid negative people and negative things, and then when you're around them, you don't have to you don't have to, be honest and true and speak your mind. Just put on the fake thing, just let them believe what they want to believe. Okay, so you've got no ideas, have you? Okay, well, sometimes you don't have to tell them all your ideas or prove your ability to them, or you are something greater than what they believe you can be. Because at the end of the day, excuse my language, but fuck them, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, really, right? It's like, I see even students of mine in the classes who are like big bully types. They think they're bigger than everybody, and bigger than me. Some of them are taller than me as well, but it's like, I look at the way they carry on with their ego, and all I see is weakness, And sometimes I feel so bad about it, and I feel so upset, I think, why do they have to carry on like that? It angers you inside, But I think to myself, they're just young and immature, but they've got to change their way, and life can get better, for them if they change their way of thinking. But it's like, I tell myself that, you know what? I'm going to go in the classroom every time, and I'm going to be kind of like a father to them, I'm like, I used to be a similar age to them, 20-something years old. Now I'm 33. I'm not really that old. I'm young, but I go in and I tell myself it's kind of that thing. They look at me. I'm their teacher, and I go in and I feel to myself, well, it's for one example I'm giving you in this situation. There's a lot of situations different situations you could give as examples, different places in life. But what I'm trying to say is, I go in there and I tell myself, right, I'm just going to I'll see it as though I am like an older, more experienced, like I am, in life in general as well. And I'm like a father to them in a way. I'm like a teacher. I'm like God. So it's like I should look at them like, okay, no matter what their experience, I just take it. No matter what their attitude, and how they carry on, I just take it like a pinch of salt and calm myself, and I say, you know what? I want to help these people, these human beings, and I want to show them communication and patience. And I just feel sorry for them, they're just a bunch of kids really. That's why I just tell myself that. And I kind of got to see everybody like that in the world. I remember Steven Seagal even saying about, because he's a Buddhist. I don't have a religion myself, but I like to take the good, and I see the good and value in all positive beliefs of all kinds of ways of thinking of human beings. But Steven Seagal is a Buddhist, and he even said, it's helped him, to see, in life, to see everyone as though they could be a brother or a sister or whatever, And I kind of see that same thing. That's how I feel. I see every human being as a potential a book of knowledge you can learn from people, and you can improve yourself and learn to be a better you and be a better writer, creator of life. Create your dreams, you know, your mind is your world. Your world is your mind. You can make good stuff and make reality from it. You make your real, true reality in this one life. Not so lonely, but not so cold in yourself. Just, you know, make it full of you and enjoy your life, you know, not full of yourself, but full of you, your life, you know. And it's like, I feel the same as Steven Seagal like that, I'm totally like myself doing like that kind of thing. So I see everybody around me like, there's a potential, I should say, there's a potential friend or a brother or sister or a fellow human being, you know, and I know that, you know, I can forgive them for who they are, for, you know, they made their own mistakes in life, made their own mistakes in life. They can learn, they can turn it around. I have faith in that, I trust that if they wanted to, but only if they wanted to. And I can't dictate and I can't govern over them, but they can't govern over me. Fuck it. And I'm going to enjoy my life and I'll make the most of it and avoid crap. If it is from them, I will avoid them, you know. So I don't judge people. I see people as they're all human beings. And the first word go, when they speak, if it's positive, I'll speak with them. You know, if they're negative, fuck that. I'm not going to argue with it. I'll let it be, whatever they want to, you know, however they want to think or see me, fine. My kindness, my patience is kind of weakness. I'm someone to be told this and that about how wrong I am, and just for being the way I look and the way I breathe. So I see the way they carry on. And I see if they're more of a listener or a speaker, they're more of a hungry person, or more of a spewer-upper, a waster, you know, or a time waster as well. And I say, well, I'm not going to waste my fucking time with this last game, you know what I mean? So I just play along with it, okay, well, yeah. And I know next time not to hang around with that son of a bitch. But if I have to and I bump into them again and they try and speak positively, the chance is always there, the door's always open, and I communicate. So the real you is always there. You never leave the real you, especially inside yourself. But you just give them what they want. You don't give people what they don't want. Don't give people what they don't want. And you say, well, you should give people what's good for them. The child doesn't want the medicine. You have to give the medicine as a parent. You're not his parent, man. I'm just saying, these other people, you're not the doctor. You know what I'm trying to say to her? Or, you know, people, he doesn't want to eat the bread, and the monk, you know, the young monk asked the master monk in the Shaolin temple, was it about the man? He said, Master, old man, why is it that this man is starving to death, but he won't eat the bread we've given him and the water? You know, he's going to die of starvation. He needs it, and there's a difference between want and need. You know, he doesn't want it. So what you really want is you need. Well, some people don't know. You know he's going to die. He knows he would rather die. We should help him. That's wrong, right? Of course, negativity, you know, positivity. I mean, it's true. Like living and dying, two things. You could communicate with him if you really want to help the guy find out what he really wants in his life, so rather than making a mistake. But sometimes you just can't push people to do certain things, you know. I mean, the same way that people can't push you to, or shouldn't be able to change your heart and mind, or to live your life a certain way, or to change something about what you're doing in your path in life. But you might want to do that later on. Learning in the mind is deep, and how we think and how we speak and all of that. So what do you really want from your life? What does this person really want? Or, you know, then you start talking about what do they deserve, you know, what do I deserve? Well, you know, well, he doesn't deserve. What don't you deserve? This is you're getting too deep, and you start going to what I call like common sense, as in just the sense of people around you, but it's not real sense within yourself. It's like common sense is like the common sense, as in the common logic of the people around you, like headless chickens and lemmings following each other around, but it's not really a kind of sense, you know. It's just very commonly found inside is nonsense, you know. Common sense is nonsense. But that's the wrong way to say it, you know what I'm trying to say. When we say common sense, we should be saying sense. And in every turn of the word, like sense, in touch with your senses and your logic, as in real reasoning, based on real study. But you should study and learn from the steps you take and how you be and understand. So treat others how you would like to be treated. But it's like, how do I know that person doesn't want to be treated the same way I'm treated? You know what I mean? I want to be treated. So it's like, you know, but it's like you just got to be fair. Okay, well, what's fair? And you go home and you think about that. Next time you go back, the guy's gone. or it's either him committed suicide or you did, or her, or whoever it is. You know what I mean? So people in this world, you've got to find the wants and think about what the wants are and what the people, where people's backgrounds are coming from. People in the ancient tribes, what would they care about? They care about their fish, or the next, how to find good trees, or when the rainfall is going to be, or good trees for the herbs they're making, or the bow and arrow, which twigs are good to use the bow and arrow. But in this day and age, it's different. People want more money. You know, they want more cars and a big house. Why? Because they want the status. They don't want to have 10 cars. They want people to look at them as like there's something else, something good, or not something lower than so and so down the block who's only got 2 mansions. You want 5 mansions. You have a big swimming pool. You want a suit on. But these people are like machines walking to death. Before you know it, they've passed tens of years in their lives, and they are, you know, gonna die, you know. So we've got to live our lives true on the inside, true to ourselves, on the inside and the outside. If you're true on the outside but you're not true on the inside, what the fuck, excuse my language, what good is that? And if you're true on the inside but you're not true on the outside, well, that's what I'm kind of telling you to do, right? But I'm saying, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's not good. So in your life, I'm saying. You see what I'm trying to say? It's the egg in the pan frying. That's what matters. Don't burn it up. It's not the pan on the outside, it's the actual egg. The centre, the yolk, and then the outside. So you are in the centre. I'm not calling you an egg, chicken. Come first. I'm just saying that you should be true on the inside and then true on the outside, which is your life. You're at the centre and you're true to your life. Meaning, in some situations you've got to avoid, you know, which you don't want to be in, which don't suit you, you know, and when you are there, just don't be there. I think don't get into an argument with someone or try and prove yourself. Just giving away, you know, part of that. You're throwing away your lunch or throwing away your money. Keep it for yourself. Spend your money how you want. Spend yourself how you want. You don't have to spend it. Don't sell yourself to people like, oh, you're trying for real. I'm going to stop this video, yeah? Thanks for watching. Train hard and stay safe. I know it's a ramble, kind of philosophical. You know what? I ramble a lot. I say it's like nature and wisdom. I call these videos, you know, nature and wisdom. But it's just like, I used to say like Wilshire Richard's life philosophy. I used to do that, you know. But this is just like, you know, it's like philosophy for life, but real. You know, it's like about being wise. When I say wisdom and nature, you know, you can't have wisdom without nature, nature without wisdom as such. It's like, to have a healthy life, you've got to use them both. And it's like, you've got to go in the flow of nature, be wise about it yourself, be wise in the flow of nature. And wisdom comes from that. It's not coming from my mouth saying to you about how to do this or how you should know about what I think, like it matters as such to someone else. Or any of that. You know, and what I'm trying to say, that as human organisms as we are, you know, organisms, people, we are, you know, animals, you know, we can only try to take care of ourselves and learn about life and do what we can, understand from our point of view, you know, and take care of our own health. It's not like I'm telling you how to be wise, wisdom's in my mouth or someone else's, no way. Because, you know, some guy comes up to you in a suit and says, well, how about this job, you can get such and such 1,000 per month, you know, doing this, how about this, working for me? And then you'll start listening to that guy more than you're watching this little petty video right now. But where did the reality go? Has it gone outside the window? Has it gone, you know, has it gone in the rubbish bin? Find your way in life. Slowly take those steps. Don't rush and take strides through your life. This time will not come back. You know what I'm trying to say? So every little second, every moment, you're pettily worrying about this guy or this person there. You're going to call up this motherfucker, or you're in the bed in the night and you're thinking about this problem, that problem, or people you've had to deal with, or what people think of you, or what other people think based on what someone said. Fuck all that, as I say, you know what I mean? There's nothing. It doesn't affect you really. There's always a way out. There's always a way. There's always a way out. There's always a way around things. You can always choose to avoid crap, you know. So thanks for watching. We're all human. We're not crap, but some people choose to be crap. Don't choose to be crap. Thanks for watching. Train on and stay safe.